those acts have taken over this land. So all this crisis is about land. So governments need to act responsibly and see the security implications of this crisis. And this can be solved, not militarily, but responsibly.
Professor Usman, what I asked you earlier, I do not know whether you can hear me now. I just hope you can hear me now.
I can.
What the governor said wasn't that anybody should leave the southern parts of the country. What they said was ban on open grazing. Carrying cattle all over the place must stop. That's what they said.
Good. Then southern governors must need to provide places where these Fulanis will graze their cattle.
In an interview with a popular television channel, AIT, Professor Usman Yusuf, a spokesman for the Fulani, said that southern governors must grant the Fulanis places for them to graze freely with their cattle. He insisted that was the way peace could be fully restored to southern states. Like, seriously? He said that the Fulanis want a place of their own in every state to be able to move freely with their herds without restrictions, to enable them feed their herds as they move about and southern governors should enable the open grazing for Fulanis to graze with their cattle. Like, seriously? Oh my goodness, that is interesting. Very, very interesting. I can say that again. They should do that so that peace will reign. Of course, this man has made such a statement before during the time, as at the time the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, asked them to leave the forest. Oh, they were spitting fire. A professor of quota system must think like cows. What are you saying? Is Fulani own Nigerian? Bam. Northern governors must provide a place for Igbo and Yoruba to do business free of charge. Don't mind that man. It's too late. We don't even need them again. Now, movements. With this statement, you should be able to identify the people sponsoring the Fulani Herdsmen. Exactly. A professor whose education has not lifted him beyond the mentality of a herdsman. Maybe government should also provide pens for all pig farmers and ponds for all fish farmers. Exactly. Plus poultry farming. Mad fake professor. The Hausas that gave them the vast land of the north, where are they today? Why asking for more land in other states than they have not legitimately utilized the one they already have? The northern elites are not ready to guide their people on how they can be successful utilizing their resources. Okay, you are speaking long English. Fulani can't get what they want. They will get opposite the battle line. Yes. Why should the professor use the word like must and insisted in his statement? I thought as a representative of the Fulani herdsmen, he should be wise on the choice of his words. Unfortunately, he's not. He lacks common sense. Please, most of the elders in the north do not use their common sense at all. Sorry, they are really using their common sense. Rather, the southern elders refuse to use their sense on time. They will use common sense if only if they have one. You have no place to stay in southern parts. Embrace modern way of pastoral farming, period, and stay in your region. Northern governors must provide a place for Igbos and Yorubas so that they can train their pigs and their dogs there. Nonsense. Igbo kwenu. Okay? Illiterate professor. Is that how your Fulani family gives Southerner land to do their private business? In your statement, you said must. Why should it be must when they said we don't want the killer herders in our region? Even though they are given land, they are adapted to kidnapping. It then means we invited death to our own region. Why don't they do their grazing in the north? After all, the square meters of land in the north is more than we have in the south. You can imagine. I'm surprised this man saying must. They must. That they must. Don't mind him. Must. Meaning they buried their placenta for south. So we should bow at their feet. Nonsense. No peace can be reached with such reckless ways? Hopeless professor. Where are the Fulani ancestral land in Nigeria? The truth is now coming out from the horse's mouth. So all the federal government gimmicks about Ruga, water resources and similar bits were to grab land from indigenous people to accommodate the landless Fulani and their livestock. A child that said he or his mother would not sleep as well. Why do people like you speak irresponsibly? Why didn't we didn't blame you people? Why won't you say what you like? We are in a country that the blind is leading unblinded. What a misfit, spoiled brats. The brainless man again, who calls himself a professor. Are Fulanis indigenous of Nigeria? What business of governors to provide for murderous Fulanis? He should go to Ghana and Republic of Benin to tell them that. He needs mental evaluation using government funds for private business. Madness of the highest order. He goes, how cow brain, they are the Nigeria worst nightmare. Education without wisdom and fear of God is tantamount to idiocracy. I like your comments. Facts, in fact, the best comment so far. I'm surprised to hear this statement type from Professor Usman that southern governors should provide a grazing space for herders as if they are not on their personal business. Can fishermen from River State tell a governor in Kaduna or Kano to provide a space for their personal business? The government should wake up to people problems. Is this man a professor, a terrorist? How can you be threatening people in their own state and their own land? This is unheard of. Does this professor know what animal husbandry is? That is a personal business. This shows how Nigeria is finished for a long time. You see that they must, if there must be peace. Oh my God, Fulani must return to their home in Guinea, Conakry. You are aliens and impostors in Nigeria. Many thunder that has no relation fire you with that your mouth. The southern governor must provide land for herders as what? I don't know. As a the creator of the world now. Did you give other tribes land of their own in the northern states? Let them be social and not life-threatening, and negotiate and buy land from communities that agree to sell land to them and resist their cows to that GPS. Explore other avenues of acquisition of land that will in future be claimed to be allocated to the Fulanis as occupiers. Even with the statements being made by these people, nobody is even ready. Nobody will be ready to sell their land for them, because by the time they will come in one or two, if you even agree to sell land for them, by the time they come, they will overrun you and take over. See what is happening in Ekpe now. See what is happening in Ekpe in Lagos State. And this man is saying they must. This guy cannot really be an intellectual. He's clothed in the arrogance of born to rule, holding freedom over everybody in the land. He needs to appropriately tutored and instructed. He is pompous. He should be asked the source for reason for his pomposity. Individuals like this should not be allowed to continue to speak in the public and to the public. His statements are infuriating. There is an urgent need to revise and amend the constitution. If anything in it forms the basis of this man's nonsensical utterances. Can imagine they must